Welcome back to Pacific Northwest Explored. In this episode, we're going to see some spectacular sunsets while we're paddling at night. And I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to paddle with night navigational aids and how to be safe on the water at night. Let's get into it. Right now, I just wanted to give you an idea of what I do for some night paddling navigational prep. And we'll take it from there. So what I've got is an old school method and a new school method. So I'm going to be using nautical charts. I'm going to use the magnetic compass rose. And our trip is, we're planning a trip from Boston Harbor. We're going to paddle over to Hunter Point. And then we're going to head up to Hope Island. It's an area that I've paddled a lot, so I'm really familiar with it. We also have some nice lights that we're going to be utilizing as well. But first I'm just going to check out what bearing will be. Just going to step this over onto my compass rose with a parallel ruler. And what I get to speed things up is I have two bearings that I'm going to be planning to paddle tonight from Boston Harbor. I'm going to be doing both true and magnetic, so we'll be paddling just northwest, northwest, 345 true north, and then my part of the world you need to subtract 20 degrees to get magnetic. So the magnetic is on the compass rose, and also the true north is on the compass rose right here. So I'm basically going to step this off, and I've got my planning done, and I'll add this to the map, and then I'll also add it on my iPhone. Alright, my charts in my waterproof case, and I've just used a grease pencil, and I've got my first bearing, 325 magnetic, and then I have my second bearing from Hunter Point, so I know I'm going to make a turn at 299 magnetic, and here's my just notes that I've made. So I have this as a hard copy. Let's move on to the digital product that I'll be taking with me too. This is an Aventa app with our US nautical charts that we have. So I'm going to be starting over here in Boston Harbor. And this is in true north. It's not in, there's no setting to change it to magnetic north. So I've added a notation on the name right here. So I know that my first bearing and track is going to be 325 magnetic, and I'm going to make a turn at the point, and that is going to be 299 magnetic. So I'm going to use both old school hard copy chart in case I lose this and goes overboard. And also there's a lot of really good navigational lights on this trip. That's why I chose it. I start off at Boston Harbor, and there's a lighthouse there. It's flashing 4 seconds, and it's about 30 feet high off the water. So that'll be great for the return trip. And then at Hunter Point, there's a flashing green 4 seconds, and it's about 14 feet high. And then there might be a buoy on my journey as well, so I'll keep an eye out for that. Now if you compare that to the old school chart, and this is quite an old nautical chart, it does not have what color this nav light is on here. It just says flashing 4 seconds, and this one says if flashing G 4 seconds. So maybe we'll see if that's actually green. We'll work that out when we get on the water. So I have my track in here. It actually does tell me it's 2.75 nautical miles. And then the second, well, that's the entire leg. Both legs are going to be 2.75 nautical miles. Another great tip is I'm going to also, with my grease pencil, I'll put my navigational tracks on. I'll just grease pencil them on the side of my kayak just in case this smudges off during my night nav, I'll have this on the side of my kayak too. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. We're all loaded up, ready to do some night paddling. We're on our way, heading to the boat ramp. Sun is setting, gonna do some night paddling. Alright, we made it. This is our put-in for our night paddling. Here's our kayak, sun setting. Grab some more gear. Go over a few things we're going to pack for this night paddle. First aid kit, bag of extra clothes, layer up, got my hat, I have my cell phone and an extra charging pack for it. Water, dinner, binoculars, this is stuff that's just going to go on the day hatch, and I'll show you my nav stuff in a minute. Okay, here's another really good night nav tip. If you have a deck compass, get some of these glow wrist things and shove them underneath your compass, and that'll illuminate your compass. So just shove them in there like so, and once it gets dark, this should illuminate your compass. On the Epic, I'm just going to put it on the day hatch cover. Seems to fit pretty good there. I can still use it. And we'll see how well those glow sticks work. So here you go, and I've got my chart bungeed on there. I'm going to line myself up with the lighthouse. I know my first bearing. I know it's 2.75 nautical miles. And then there's a flashing light at the headland that I'm going to. This is called Hunter Point. So I'll be going there, and then I'll be taking another bearing to the island, 299 magnetic. Comm device, so that's my whistle. I've got my marine radio in here, tucked in. It's a beautiful 92-degree day here, so it's just starting to cool down. It's in the upper 70s, and I think it's only going to get down to low 70s tonight, so it's going to be a perfect night for some night paddling and night navigation. Water bottles handy, paddle hand pump, Well, it's going to be a fantastic evening, fantastic paddle. So I know during the daytime, I know exactly where my first bearing is going to start from. It's going to be this lighthouse right here. And I actually know where my headland is, over there.
The forecast for the southwest interior including Shelter, Olympia, Chehalis, and Toledo. Extreme heat warning in effect for portions or all of the listening area until 5 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time Wednesday.
So this will be my navigational aid on the way back. The planning I did said we need 325 magnetic. Or the deck compass may be off a little bit. I'm gonna check my hand compass. You always kind of aim this where you want to go. And then you put red in the shed. So I'm aiming at the headland, 325. That looks right. So my deck compass is off 30 degrees. So I'm going to use my hand compass tonight. So let's line the boat up again. Let's try the deck compass again. Yeah, it's a good 30 degrees off. So you always want to check this stuff before you go. So I know my hand compass is most definitely, I'm lining up my headland and I can see I'm at bearing 325 magnetic. So this is what I'm going for tonight. So I've got my hat turned around because I don't want my ball cap to get in the way. I have my light. I'll test my light. Yep, light's good. I can have a white light at night. If there's any traffic coming my way, I'll definitely be turning my headlamp on so I don't run into these vessels for my crossing. I'll also be periodically turning around just to see what's behind me, and I have a hand signal white light too that I'll be using, and that'll be stowed really quickly in my PFD. So I'm ready for my crossing. A couple of barges going by. I'm gonna let them go first, and a jet boat. Then I'll be off to the races. So the plan is we'll do our navigational bearings on the way back. So basically our bearings will be 180 degrees off of where we are. I'll have dinner on the island and just enjoy being out here pretty much by myself, enjoying that sunset. Got a vessel from behind, so I'm just gonna wait, make sure he sees me, turn my nav light on. Yeah, he's got me, but you just never can tell. Better to be safe than sorry. Oh, it's coming up behind me. He sees me. Beautiful evening. It's just unbelievable. I'm pretty much the only one out here. And you wait a couple more hours and I will be solo. Here's another tip I'll give you. I know that my compass is deviating 30 degrees from my hand compass. So all I do is add 30 degrees. So I'm pretty much paddling true north to get to the headland that I want to get at. So I don't have to get my hand compass out. So I know this is off 30 degrees. So pretty much 0 true north or 360 is my bearing that I want. So super helpful if you've got some deviation between your hand compass and your deck compass. There's probably I know my iPhone is under here and I have a multi-tool, so I bet you that may be the issue with my deck compass. But I've had this for 15 years and I know it's no longer as accurate. But I'm going to use it with plus 30 degrees and see how we go. We're almost at our headland. Still got very good viz. Super fast kayak, this epic. Most people can paddle, I would say, a nautical mile if you're doing about 3 knots average with a little bit of breaks for the longer kayak. So that may take you a nautical mile, may take you 20 minutes. So I usually can get 4 knots out of the epic, so easily at cruising speed. So for the 3 nautical miles I'm going, you know, I can get there well within an hour and a half, no problem at all with brakes. Even an hour if I push it. But I'm going to be doing some nav tonight, so we're going to take it easy. Just enjoy this beautiful evening out here. Well, we found our flashing green, so this is our next bearing to turn at. There you go. So our next bearing is 299 magnetic. So let's swing our compass. Not sure you can see that, but we're gonna swing it, and don't forget it's off. So 299 is going to be 330, 329, 329. Now I'm going to spin to 329. There we go. And then I'm going to look at where I'm going, get a visual on where I'm going, and keep an eye on my compass every now and then. Let's give it a shot, see where we end up. Periodically check it, and then look over your shoulder. Make sure you're still lined up with your navigational aid behind you, otherwise your bearings are going to be off. Looks like we found our buoy on the way, our can buoy. Let's go check it out. And then we'll have a look at the iPhone nav system and see how accurate this buoy marker is right here. Also gives you a good idea of if you're drifting, how you're drifting. You can kind of paddle up next to it. Still got a lot of current moving against us. So this is hand buoy number 2. So we found it. I've got a boat behind me, so I'm going to spin around, make sure they see me. I can hear it. Another good thing is you can really hear vessels moving. So I'm not seeing. Oh, there it is. It has no lights. And it's moving up the shoreline. No lights at all. And here's another one behind me. With no lights. So, be very cautious at night. These boaters are breaking the law. They don't have any visible lights on them. So let's head back to this buoy marker here and check our iPhone out. Let's see what the nav system's like on the iPhone. And open our Venza app. Got some charts on here. Let's zoom in. Oh, look at that. Pretty darn accurate. Saying it's number 2. And sure enough, we are the blue dot. Blue dot's telling us exactly where we are, and we're right next to that cam buoy. I also have my bearing on here. So I can basically just follow this line, this orange line, to my destination. But you can't rely on this stuff. So we got here using a magnetic compass from this flashing green right here. And we're gonna head to the island, and we're gonna use our iPhone as to track. Okay, here's an update. Following this track right here, here's my blue dot. I'll just follow this orange line all the way into the little bay on Hope Island. The only disadvantage of this nav message is if your method of nabbing is you really lose your night visibility. I wish you could have a red backlight on the iPhone. I don't believe you can, but maybe there's an app for the light. Backlight. So basically you just kind of glance at it, and then I'll just hold my compass bearing, and I see the island right in front of me. Give you an update when we get there. Another boat cruising out there. Gotta make sure you have your white light visible. Cruising out there. So when he's behind you, flip your ball cap around and have your white light behind you as you're paddling. Woo. Okay, speeding. Woo. The high tide is 8 o'clock at night and 14 feet, so pretty high for Puget Sound here. There we go, there's the stairs. We made it. Pull up our rudder. All right, the Epic got me to Hope Island. We'll take a break here. Hope Island. We'll have some dinner here, and kind of zoom in here, and yep, there's our blue dot. So we are most definitely not lost. And on the old school map, we know we're kind of hard to see, but we know we're right here. Nobody else here. Nice deli. Got some tonic water and chocolate Twix bar. Alright, let's get into this sandwich. Not too bad a crossing. Took me, what, an hour? With some nav, so it's 2,100 hours when I got here roughly. Let's dig into the sandwich. Hey, good. Just letting you know I'm on the island. I got service out here too.
Good.
Nice.
That's great.
Yeah, nice crossing.
Yeah, good.
Nobody else here.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
well, I'll text you when I'm heading back and when I'm at the boat ramp. All right.
Sounds good.
Love you.
I love you too. See you soon.
See ya. Oh yeah, that's a good sandwich. The epic. Yeah. Alright, let's get back on the water. The first bearing that we're going to take is going to be super easy because I can see my flashing green navigational aid right in front of me. So I'm just going to beeline right to that. I'll check my compass bearing. Then I'll be basically hitting right for, wait for it, right there. Green light flashing. That'll be my turn, and that'll be the first point, and then we'll head back into Olympia. 145. Yep. Let's go. Okay, here's our green light. Alright, now I'm lining up the lighthouse at Boston Harbor with my compass. So I'm waiting for the, there it is. So 150 on my dip compass. Lines me up with the white light at Boston Harbor. Let's get cracking. Still using my red light right now so I can check my compass and I won't lose my night vision, but I'll switch to white as soon as I hear any vessels. Still beautiful out. And I wish you could see this bioluminescence too in the water as my paddle pushes through. It glows. These are the bioorganisms in the water. Super cool to see at night. This is stuff you gotta watch out for. This is a boat moored here. No lights on at all. Should have a white light on it. Look at that. Alright, well let's look at, I feel like I'm halfway. Let's have a look at the iPhone here. Holy charts, Puget. Yeah. So, I don't think if that's in focus or not, but that blue dot is right there. We're halfway. Looking good. Our nav buoy, Boston Harbor Lighthouse, is flashing in front of us. Having this little day hatch is just awesome. It's one of the things I love about this Epic. It's right here, right where your hands can reach. Alright, another 20 minutes and we'll be back. Here's the boat ramp. Well, I hope you enjoyed this epic 18X tips and tricks for night navigation and paddling. I'll drop a few more epic kayak photos here, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and enjoy some more videos in the playlist above.